things. 9/11 was their coup de grace. 9/11 was done by Dick Cheney, Donald Rumsfeld, George Walker Bush at the command of George Herbert Walker Bush in the act of treason. Bill Clinton, George Herbert Walker Bush's adopted son, was in on it in as much as he knew what was going on and continued to keep up the charade. We supposed to be under the Sharif by county, and we supposed to be nationally under the Marshal. The Marshal is the federal arm of the Sharif. This is our rightful structure that they undermine. So that's what they do. They undermine stuff. So it's time to break free from the tyranny on earth. And I'm going to work with anybody that want to break free from the tyranny on earth. Anybody that they don't have to stay here. They can leave. They can go. Too many people died trying to figure out how to overcome this obstacle, including me, more than once, more than twice, to try to overcome this obstacle. So when the blood was given, all of the priests of the world performed rites that all of their greatest warriors would consolidate into one soul at one time in one place. And at that time, he would be the worst of all of the warriors ever created. He would be Apollyon, the destroyer. You can call him Morpheus Mysticus Megas, the emissary of light, the redeemer of the righteous. Here, to exalt the sons of righteousness back to their rightful place and to put this tyranny down once and for all. So before we allow these people to send our children off to war, stop. Before we allow these tyrants to send our children off to war, stop. Call them home. Call them all home. They don't have to fight for these people. They don't owe them nothing. Nobody is entitled to have your child die for them but you. And that's at you and your child's honor of a family that you do that. You don't do that for the honor of a tyrant, of somebody that want to suck the blood out of you and your family. You don't send your children to die for that. That's wrong. It's unjust. And it must be fixed and corrected. When you commission warriors to go to war, you commission them under the code of righteousness to perform a righteous deed to get rid of wickedness. Anybody want to send your child to war just to send them to war so they can get some money is a damn fool and an evil tyrant and need to be overthrown. So, what do we do, people? Do we finally say get rid of the evil, or do we say bring more of it on down? Because if you don't want to get rid of it, the only thing left is all out chaos. Because order has to be established from the chaos. The level of chaos now can be peacefully resolved. But if we don't peacefully resolve it now, it has to be intensified so it can be violently resolved. Mama said to give most people the opportunity as possible for liberation. This is the opportunity. Call your children home, tell them don't fight no wars. Don't join nobody military if it ain't part of your family. And our families and our tribes, they call us gangs. They call us gangs and villainize us and tyrants, and they call us terrorists. They're wrong. So for the Middle East to be straightened out, they need to reform the caliphate, because they need somebody to speak for the Muslims across all barriers. My nomination for those in the Middle East would be, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to allow them to assemble their own council and put their own leadership in place. You have to have a caliphate in Islam. That's the order. That's the structure, and it's the correct order. In the meantime, in Islam, all male Muslims must protect these females now. Stop letting these tyrants come in like they righteous and take your daughters. Don't feed this beast your children. All Islamic countries need to cease with the slave trade and shit, because the tyrant used the righteousness of Allah when they changed her name to Allah, so that y'all didn't know that the Queen of Heaven was y'all guardian and y'all overseer. Y'all have a picture, y'all have a symbol of her yoni on your black stone. Your black stone is me. I'm the stone the builders rejected. How do I know this? Earlier I spoke about the Mufti, Angel Bay, founder of the 21 Brick Pyramid. But they say 20 more because one of the bricks ain't there no more. From that brick, there was a name on it, Larry Hoover. And under Larry Hoover, I came about. I came about by strange circumstances. My mother was a queen of the Vice Lords when they were a biker gang in the 50s. My children are all stones in Chicago. I'm stuck in the middle. I can't fight with nobody. Everybody love me, and I love them, so I can't fight with nobody. I can't condone Vice Lords going against GDs because that would be like me going against my mother. I can't condone the GDs fighting against the Stones because that's like me fighting my children. What insanity? I'm not with that insanity. It extends all the way out to the West Coast because you know we got Hoover Crips. Rolling 60s. Do the math. Stoop, tell them, do the math for them. Put it on public display. Anybody confused about this, it's going to be clear real soon what I'm talking about. Analyze what I'm saying. Don't just accept it. Don't just accept nothing I'm telling you. Analyze it. Go do your research. Send your preacher back to school because they're all teaching you wrong. Matter of fact, don't send him to school. Send him to Geno Jenkins over there. He going to get him right. He going to teach him how to research according to righteousness. But first, the fruit got to correct where he was wrong at. He righteous, but he ain't right. They know what I'm talking about, fruit, right? He righteous, but he ain't right. And he'll give you the stage. So, we need to get back into the harmony of life, and the melody of life, and the beautification of those things around us with art and entertainment. You know, I love music. And I love music across all genres. And one of my favorite artists, Tupac Amaru Shakur, my brother. I miss that rider music, man. I miss that. And so I decided to write something for myself, and I'm gonna go record it and put it out there for y'all so y'all can understand what I'm talking about. But we need that rider music because they took our war drum. They took our war drum because they didn't want us talking on the drum. Well, what Bougie say? Through that mystical communication within, we keep on coming together. I love to see when brothers and sisters looking out for one another. This is the redemption song. This is the Exodus that Marley speak of. Now, I can get long-winded, but I'm not. Because I don't want to give y'all so much information you refuse to look anything up. It's over. Their reign is up. The reign of terror on earth is over as long as the people want it over. If you don't believe me, ask Trump, ask Putin, and all the other heads of state on this planet. They all know what I'm talking about. I don't have to prove anything. I already proved it when I broke the code of the ages. When I cracked the curse, I shattered the chains of hell because that's where we were. Hueco Mundo. Watch soap. Call me Ichigo. So I'm going to let y'all digest what I just said. We can fall victim to the tyrant, or we can take our ball and go home. Start doing family stuff. Act like he ain't even here. Act like they ain't even here. But if they get unruly and we have to do it the hard way, we prepared for that too. And this is a message for all law enforcement. If you don't know how to deal with people, drop your badge. I don't care where. If you don't know how to communicate with people, drop your badge. If you scared to be a policeman, drop your badge. There won't be no more policemen coming up. We're going to have all Sharif. As soon as I go get my Angel Bay, he will be telling all Sharif Sharia law in detail, and they will enforce it correctly. And they're not going to be tyrannically abusing people. See, they had y'all thinking that only black people getting shot down in the streets. That's not true. That's not true. They shoot more white people. But in America, it's more white people than black people. Well, it's now starting to level out where we have an unstable census report. But we're gonna be done with this. It's over. And I'm not playing. And I've already been verified and confirmed. I'm not joking. And this is not a game. Take your ball, go home. Mothers, call your children from that military. I don't care if you're in Lithuania, Czechoslovakia, China, Korea, Japan, France, Italy, England, Canada, the United States, Mexico, South America, anywhere. Call your children home. We ain't fighting for these animals. We're not finna be killing ourselves like this. Not on my watch. This is my watch. So I'm going to put the message out there, and I'm going to let them spread it on their own. But it's time to take this home. It's time for us to reclaim what's rightfully ours by the code of righteousness with dignity and respect and with honor. And that our sons be able to shine your light. Shine. We can all shine now. Ain't no more division. We all got the right to shine now. Let us all shine. So I ain't gonna keep y'all tied up. I just had to get something off my chest. I got some business I got to go take care of. And somewhere, somebody real important I need to see, but I can't quite figure out where she at. My son's going to come get me and take me to her, so I'm not worried about it. But this message had to be put on the wire. Given the opportunity to go viral, be spread. But I got a feeling where it's going to play at. Let it play. I wants to go get rid of the beast once and for all. But I don't want to do nothing that people don't want. So if y'all don't want freedom, I don't want to bring it. But if y'all want freedom, I will bring freedom. I will bring liberation. But if don't nobody want freedom, love, and liberation, I can also bring hell and destruction. I have full command of the armies of heaven and hell. I can cause some shit you don't even know exists. I would rather not do that because that's not what I'm here for. I was asked to be as patient and wise as possible in establishing a peaceful regime on earth again, because it was like this under the Atlanteans, in which I was the chief priest of the Atlant. It's hard to get all of this energy rewired back through the divergent, convergent synthesis process. I needed a whole lot of priests over a long time. So you see, that's why they were in caves, because they had to pass this energy and do these rituals in order to make sure that we can break this demon's stronghold. And I was the only one capable of doing it. And so they figured that if they got rid of me and kept me from coming to help you, they can hold y'all in hostages and slaves forever. But they forgot I never fail. I never lose. Even when they think I lose, I'm still winning, because the only way that they was able to get me to lose is self-sacrifice. And self-sacrifice is the highest form of honor and dignity in the existence of creation. Yeah, a whole lot of people done it following my lead. Put themselves in adverse situations and try to survive it. If they didn't, then they already knew what would happen, as in Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Medgar Evers. And I can go on with that for hours. So I'm not going to do a roll call on the ancestors that fell But what I will tell y'all is this. Keep your heads up. Look forward to the future. Without the tyrant's reign, I'm going to get him out of here one way or the other. Y'all can help me by taking y'all ball and going home all over the planet. Or y'all can just sit back and don't do nothing and don't say nothing. And I can call some shit y'all gonna be totally flabbergasted about. And if you think I'm joking, just look overhead and be surprised at what you see. I am not joking. This is not a game. And with that, Trump, it's your turn. You up.